Well, how the Grinch stole Christmas. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas. Now, I wonder why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Now, but whatever the reason, my heart or my shoes, it was Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from my cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in the town. For who knew I was going to Whoville beneath, and I was busy. And I wasn't going to let anyone hang a mistletoe wreath. And they were hanging their stockings. Ugh! Tomorrow's Christmas. It's practically here. Then I growled, with his grinchy fingers nervously drumming, I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. It was so merry. Down in Whoville, everyone was having a good time. Then all of a sudden, they heard a noise. Then Who's young and old would sit down for a feast. A feast! A feast! And they didn't invite me. I was not happy. So, they all got together. That made it even worse. And they were singing, smiling, and dancing. Well, I couldn't have that. So I got an idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. So, what do you think I'm going to do? I put on my Santa suit and my hat, and I clucked and clucked. With this coat and this hat, I look like St. Nick. All I need is a reindeer. He couldn't find any. If I can't find a reindeer, I'm going to make one. So he called his dog, Max. Max, come on over here. He tied a big horn on the top of his head. Off he went into the night. Max and me. Well, everybody was dreaming down there in Whoville. When I got to the first house, this is stop number 1. I climbed on the roof, empty bags in, and filled my bags on the way out. Then, while the other Who's were sleeping in their beds, I slithered and slid. Got the pop guns, I got the bicycles, the roller skates, the drums, the checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums. I put them in my bag, and off I went. Then, I decided I'm hungry. I got to get something to eat. They didn't have any fried chicken or ribs, so I went in and I had to look and see what was going to be my feast. Well, I think I see a little pudding here. So maybe I'll take a little bit of that Who pudding. Then off I go again to the next house. I even took the Christmas tree. The nerve of me. They're just too happy down here in Whoville. So, I get back home with the tree and all of the presents. I even took the log for the fire. They can't have a fire. I don't want them having fun. And I rode my sled back to my cave. Well, I got up the next morning and I could hear a sound. Then it was louder and louder. But the sound wasn't merry. It was sad. But it was supposed to be merry. They're supposed to be smiling. They're supposed to be happy. Then they're not sad. They're happy. They're thankful for everything they have. Their parents, their friends, everything. And what do you think happened? My small heart grew 3 sizes. And I got in my sled with Max and I slid all the way down to Whoville. And they invited me to have dinner. So I really didn't steal Christmas. I got a large heart. I hope you enjoyed my story. Thank you so much for inviting me, Miss Liberman. And by the way, I might just come to your house and steal your Christmas.